This is the lesson for 8-9 day 2. What we're talking about today is the total surface area of square pyramids. In a square pyramid, this bottom part is always a square. So sometimes you will only see one measurement there. All right. You can just assume because we're talking about square pyramids that it is a square on the bottom every single time. Now, if we go to unfold that square pyramid, what you actually have are four triangles. All right. All four triangles, because it is a square pyramid, all four triangles are exactly the same. So when you go to find the area of one of them, you're actually finding the area of all four individual triangles. So the other thing that you need to pay attention to, the formula for area of a triangle is, like we talked about, 1/2 or 0.5 times the base times the height. The base of the triangle is this bottom part of the triangle. And then the height of the triangle goes right up through the middle of the triangle. All right, right up through like that. All right. So this is the height and this is the base. So when we go to take a look at it, this total surface area of square pyramids, you're going to add up five different numbers. Well, they might not always be different because the four triangles are the same, but you're going to add together five numbers. You have your bottom square plus your four triangles. And remember, all four of those triangles are exactly the same. So if we go to find the area of this one, I like to write my formulas here. So for the bottom is going to be base times height or length times width because we're talking about a square. And for the triangles, remember that the formula is 1/2 times the base times the height, or 0.5 times the base times the height. So when we're looking at this example, we have 4 as our one side of our square, and we have 4 as the other side of our square. And again, those numbers are always going to be the same because it is a square and all the sides are the same on the square. So 4 times 4 is 16. That's for the area of the square bottom. Now we have to talk about the triangles. All right. When we go to talk about the triangles, all right, 4 is your base because that's the bottom of the triangle, and 6 is your height. So we would have 0.5 times your base of 4 times your height of 6. 0.5 times 4 times 6 is 12. Now, because there's 4 triangles, we need to write down that 12 4 times. So 12, 12, 12, and 12. Just like we have in previous days, after we find the areas of those 5 shapes, we need to take and add together 16 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. When you do that, you get a total surface area for this one of 64. So again, you're finding the area of the square at the bottom and then finding the area of the triangle, and you have 4 of those triangles because those are the 4 different sides. So then we take and add together all 5 of those numbers and you get 64. Take a look at the next one. In this next one, again, I like to write the formulas. For the bottom, it is base times height. For a triangle, it is 0.5 times the base times the height, or 1/2 times the base times the height. When we're looking at this square bottom, notice that it is 8 by 8. All right, 8 by 8. So 8 times 8 would give you 64 for the square bottom. Plus, now we got to find out the triangles. The base of the triangle is 8. The height of the triangle is 10. So we have 0.5 times 8 times 10. 0.5 times 8 times 10 is 40, but we're actually going to write it down 4 times because we have 4 triangles. So 40, 40, 40, and 40. Then, since we have all 5 of our areas, we want to add all 5 of those together. So when we have 64 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40, we get a total surface area of 224. Take a look at this next one. Go ahead and try this next one on your own, please. Go ahead and try this next one on your own. So when we take a look at this one, on the bottom, we have our square. The one side is 4, the other side is 4. Those are always going to be the same because we're dealing with a square. So 4 times 4 gives you 16. Plus, we have our 4 triangles. The base of the triangle is 4. The height of the triangle is 7. So we have 0.5 times 4 times 7. 0.5 times 4 times 7 is 14. We have 4 of those because you have 4 triangles. Take and add together all 5 of those numbers, 16 plus 14, 14, 14, and 14. When you add them all up, you should get an answer of 72. Again, I think these square pyramids are pretty easy. Just remember that if it only gives you one of these bases, remember all 4 sides of that square at the bottom are all the same. The biggest mistake that people make is one of 2 things: forgetting the 0.5 in your formula and forgetting that you have 4 of those triangles.